What's up, guys? Today I'm here to talk about the awesome win versus Georgia versus Arkansas. Georgia, really, this was an attitude game in which we lined up both offensively and defensively and really had the mindset of taking it to this team, not doing anything special, not doing anything crazy, just fundamentally sound football with an aggression towards making them pay for some of the comments that I think they made earlier in the week. But regardless, they did a great job of lining up, knowing their assignments, and doing exactly what they were told. But I want to kind of talk about a few of the wrinkles that kind of happened this week. One of those things was Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett being in the game does present a little bit different, and I know they talked about it a lot. But the first clip I want to talk about was the first touchdown, okay? When you get into the red zone, every hat counts, okay? When every hat counts, all right, that means the quarterback matters, especially when it comes to the run game. We lined up pretty quick. All right, we stayed in basically 12 personnel. All right, we've got our tight end to the left. Our other tight end here, we got two receivers out wide. All right, they lined up in a heavy box. They know we like to run the ball. But what we did is basically ran a true inside zone play, okay? What happened is they ended up actually walking a guy down and trying to bring him last second. But we're blocking inside zone. So basically, if we were to say, hey, who's the Mike point, who's the O-line working to, we'd be Mike in that play side backer, okay? So my tackle would be blocking here. We're all blocking on right here. We're doubling, all right? And we're working all the way through. Okay, this guy's actually coming through, all right? And he's going to end up working to the Mike up here, all right? We're going to take this guy. We're going to go cut off this backside right here, okay? So when you look at that, we really don't have everybody blocked. Who we miss? The free safety, okay? Who blocks him? The quarterback is responsible for him. That's his guy, okay? So what you'll see is we're doing inside zone here. One, if we block it all front side really, really well, all right, then we can, number one, hit it front side. But a lot of times with inside zone, you end up pushing those guys past, all right? We push those guys past, and then we have this cutback lane right here, okay? Normally, if he does a good job with his eyes, all right, he should be there to fill that gap. But what we do is we got number 13 right here, Stetson Bennett. He comes here. He takes a hard 3-4 steps coming out the backside, carrying out his play fake, which drives me nuts when people do not do it because you're just losing basically a block. All right, Stetson basically blocks this guy with his athleticism, with his feet. This guy, all he does is look out here and take one step. But by that time, we have already cut back, hit it up into the end zone, and scored our first touchdown of the day. So not only were we sound up front, blocking everybody to the front side, we did a great job of Stetson using that mobility, not just to pull and run like he did on the first play of the game. He pulls or gives and takes off running and does a great job pulling that backside defender, allowing us to sneak up in there. All right, the second play I want to talk about was the touchdown late in the game by Zeus. Okay, now this play comes after, I believe it was an 11-play drive. We drove all the way down the field, throwing it only when we had to on third and long, got pass interference, got right back into our run sets, and you just saw our offensive line truly taking over that game. They had energy. Arkansas did not. We were pushing those guys around. We were finishing runs hard with our running backs. We did an unreal job, but the thing that I want you to notice is throughout the whole game plan, those same runs might have been only going for 2, 3, 4 because they were bouncing us out to the corner. They were bouncing us out to the safety. Those secondary guys were coming up and feeling tough and strong, which is okay. That's okay because at the end of the game, all those hits, all those times, those corners, those small guys that are used to run around covering everybody, all those times they had to come up and fill up on our backs, those start to wear on them. By the end of the game, it shows, okay? So that's what happened here in this last touchdown by Zeus, okay? Basically, we get into this bunch set, which we love. I've talked about it before. We use it in a lot of different ways to throw the ball, run the ball, ran a reverse McConkey last week. We've done a lot of great things out of this set. This time, we just get down and nasty with these guys, and we're just going to be like, hey, we're going to kick you all the butt, and here, and we're going to make you like it, all right? So we go right here, okay? Basically, we're running an inside zone or duo down to the A gap, all right? We're working to these guys over here. So we're doubling here. We get double teams here. All right. They're actually going to double team here up to the mic. All right. We're going to lock on with our tight end and our receiver. Once again, our receiver's coming in, blocking, doing a great job. All right. We'll actually insert right here on the Sam or strong safety as he comes to fit. Okay. We end up walling him off. We end up pushing this guy and walling him. Our zone ends up cutting back all the way back to the corner. Okay. This guy has to make the tackle. He does not want to make this tackle. All right. You see Zeus do a great job of running through his inside shoulder. All right. First of all, Zeus is a strong human being to be able to stay up and still be able to do that. We like to apply that to doing full range of motion on your squats, but he does a great job. Those guys in the strength room have been doing a good job with him. All right. But he does a great job and then ends up finishing the run right here for a touchdown. Okay. All that comes together. It's a culmination of what happened before. It's not one play at a time. It's not, hey, let's get a first down. Let's get 10 yards. It's okay if you get 2. It's okay if you get 3. But by the time we've run the ball with our backs, we've got 3 or 4 of them that can come in the game and physically pound you. By the time those guys have hit their 10th or 12th carry of the game, that might be the 40th or 50th run of the game. And that's what's unbelievably awesome about the depth that we have. Our guys are running strong. Their guys are tired of hitting those guys. And we do a great job of being physical and running through those tackles. We've talked about the offense. Now let's talk about the defense. Our defense is one of the best I've seen in a long time. Okay. They could line up against the New England Patriots, just like they said in social media, and keep them out of the end zone. I believe that firmly. Our guys are playing fast. They're focused on their assignments. They're doing an unreal job of coming and getting to the ball. But the first thing that they're doing is they're playing with great eyes. Okay, that starts with the scheme from Coach Lanning, and then it moves down to our guys knowing exactly who they have, what to do when this happens, all the different things that can happen. They're doing a great job of playing with great eyes. Now, as an offensive coach, we love getting into these situations in 3rd and 5, okay? Because then we've got a whole bunch of these little gadgets that we're going to do pre-snap, post-snap, all these different things to make sure that we're putting ourselves in a great position to score or get that first down, okay? This drive was a huge drive. It's in the second quarter. We're basically having to bend as a defense. They've hit a few good plays. They're on the 20-yard line, okay? If they get this first down, they're really setting themselves up to be able to attack the end zone. But in order for us to step up, we do a great job and play with great eyes. But let's talk about what Arkansas did to us, okay? The first thing they do is they go into FIB, okay? FIB is formation into the boundary. That means most of my passing or eligible receivers are in the boundary, okay? What that does for a defense is it breaks a lot of rules, okay? Our defense does a great job of identifying it, okay? Coach Lanning does a great job of getting us into a scheme in which it simplifies our rules. He gets into basically cover 1 into a man coverage. All right, we bring a 5-man pressure, but our guys do a great job of not only seeing that it's FIB, but all of a sudden these guys before the snap start moving around and motioning, all right, or basically shifting. Basically, this guy ends up shifting back here behind the quarterback. This guy ends up in a wing behind the tackle, okay? So I'm going to race these guys. They have now moved to here. Okay, so that's one thing that happened. We have to re-identify who's got who, okay? Our guys do that. They're not running around. They're not pointing. It doesn't look like they're lost at all. They do a great job. Now, right before the snap, Jefferson basically sends this guy out in motion real fast, okay? We handle it. Our guys move out appropriately. It doesn't look like we're hauling butt out there. If you run out there too fast, they can take advantage of you somewhere else. Our guy does a great job of moving out, adjusting. All right, and then what they do is we've got our defensive end right here, okay? They basically end up running an inside zone in which they're bringing this guy in over here. They're basically going to bluff the defensive end, all right? So actually they're going to block him, slip him into the flat, all right? And they're coming into the flat, basically reading this guy, okay? So what we do is we squeeze, all right? We squeeze hard, all right? Well, who's got this guy? Not only did he shift from here, and then we had motion to the side of him, which should screw up all of our rules, all right? Our guy, number 17, right here does a great job of playing with eyes. All right. He sees this cross flow. He knows that he has to play over top. He sees him slip them. He follows them right there to the back. So we end up pulling the ball. We don't hand it off because we squeezed. All right. We end up pulling the ball, going to throw here, has to double clutch, ends up running in here, and then guess who's waiting for him? Number 99. That man is a mountain. All right. He was double teamed the whole play, didn't quit, finished the dadgum play all the way to the whistle. That guy is unreal. The whole defense played really, really well, but it started with our eyes. Arkansas did a good job trying to scheme us, but we did a better job of protecting what we need to do. So the last play that I want to talk to you is an offensive play made by defensive players giving unreal effort and playing with ridiculous amount of attitude. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but number 88 is a big player. He comes in on our goal line set. Number 99, he's a pretty big dude. He comes in on our goal line set. Okay. Two things happen in this play. One, we put number 99 over here to the right. Okay. What does that do? Okay. Everybody in the stadium thinks we are running it to that guy. All right. I would too. Why would you bring him in and not use him? Well, because he's a better decoy. Okay. So what happens is they actually end up moving their defense slightly in a way shaded to big number 99. And what we do, all right, is simply we see the scheme, we understand it. We actually, they called timeout the play before the touchdown. I think we saw what was going on and we end up drawing up a play, which basically teamed them up very nicely. Okay. So what we do, all right, is we've got number 88 right here. All right. This man is a fullback. All right. I don't know if y'all watched the play, but if you haven't seen his high school highlight tape, go back. He played at Apopka, Florida. We recruited him when I was at Miami. This guy's an animal. Jalen Carter's a beast. All right. He's a really, really athletic human being. He's used to having the ball in his hand, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hand it to him one of these days later on down the road. Okay. Really good with the ball in his hands, but really good at the point of attack, really driving and firing through his hips. Okay. So we basically run an off tackle. All right. We end up pulling our guard, block down. We squeeze. We're blocking down here, everything. We're basically trying to collapse everything inside. Okay. We're going to pull our guard. We're going to kick out. All right. And we're going to take number 88 and lead him up on that unwilling participant, number 8, I'm sorry. All right. He stepped up and had to take the brunt of that force. Now, what you'll see actually happens, all right, is we actually miss. This guy misses. Will actually plays over the top. And what you'll see is because this guy is coming with so much force, great pad level, staying low, he drives this guy, he stacks him up like a chair. You know, like you do at church, you take the chairs and you stack them up on each other and you put them up against the wall. Well, that's what he did. He took this guy, he picked him up, drove him into the will, and then somebody else find his way behind him. He stacked all three of them up like chairs in the back of the end zone, and we end up just rolling into the end zone right here, nice and easy, untouched, basically unfazed. Unreal job by the offense of getting into that position, but a great job of those defensive guys coming in, being willing participants, and really doing a great job at the point of attack, driving through. Hey, Jalen Carter, keep stacking chairs. Georgia, keep pushing. I love what I'm seeing so far, both out of our coaches, all right, our players, and guys, y'all understand there was 5 offensive penalties for Arkansas for jumping off sides. 5. You know where most of them were? Right in front of the student section. So student section, great job. The whole stands, y'all did an unreal job as a fan base, just being loud, being there for our team. Thank you guys. Thank you players. Let's keep seeing it roll.